Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Look at Caliban, wrong hill, bust your lip. Caliban, a warframe that is half sentient and half warframe and all hands.
I'm not finished with you!
I've seen no one talk about this warframe. So let's change that. So, what makes this shark fin looking SOB a terror? Imagine Doomsday from DC if he was smart. You know what happened the very moment that the Sentients lost their weakness to the Void? They ran house on the solar system. And they didn't just conquer the whole thing, they ran it with an iron fist. They put down everything. The Tano, the Corpus, the Grenier, it did not matter who you were. You got beat like a red-headed stepchild. Caliban was created by Era. This is not the shocking part though, no. You see, Era was the desperate leader of the Sentients after Hunhao was defeated. Hunhao had the old war philosophy. If you wanted a down-to-earth, true sentient in both appearance and philosophy, you look at Hunhao. Era though, he was the progressive new blood. He wanted change. He wanted revolution. He wanted reform. He wanted those monsters to pay for what they did to his people. The links he went to, oh man, it is ungodly. Truly indescribable. One of those things was the development of the Archons. You know how that went. Another thing that went wrong was the creation of Caliban. Even Nata herself was terrified of Caliban.
In the new.
Even the Lotus, when you get a free Caliban from her, she too is also terrified of Caliban. It gets way better too.
I beg your pardon?
Not even 6 months ago, we got a prime version of Caliban. That should not be the part that terrifies you though. No, it's this. Era made Caliban and fine-tuned him to kill any warframe standing in his way. There, lore bomb. That's it, the thing no one tells you. This man, Caliban, was made to give everything hands alike. Warframe and sentient. He has the strengths of both warframes and sentients. And without their weaknesses, too. That's scary. Real scary. Warframes are hard-pressed inherently by design in a fight against Caliban, without even factoring in the strengths and the weaknesses. The reason people never talk about Caliban is because before his rework, he hit with the strength of a person with COPD. Nothing ever happened. His abilities cost too much to use, and there was no benefit to them. It was just all bad. Now though, oh, Caliban is definitely a nightmare. He has a bunch of summons to choose from. He can armor strip. He has a way of getting out of danger at all times. And he can just stomp on the ground, which will lift you up and paralyze you. On top of all that, he has sentient physiology protecting him from damage. If you wanted to group Caliban anywhere, I would put him with the tanks and the summoners, along with support. Caliban's passive is adaptation without using a mod slot. It's due to his physiology. It's very strong as a passive. For example, people consider Valkyr, Atlas, or Baruch amongst the highest attack potency warframes. However, they apply damage of the same type. If you threw them up against Caliban, because they do damage of the same type, they would do less and less damage very quickly. This would give Caliban room to armor strip and then fusion strike as a vicious counter. This isn't to say that Caliban is unbeatable, no, quite far from it. I mean, you had to find his parts for a reason. But rather, Caliban is one of the hardest to kill warframes. Keep in mind that now that he has a prime, he's even stronger than he ever was before, and this is on top of the fact that the Lord glazes the crap out of him. So even the Lord treats him as one of the strongest warframes, much like Chroma. If that isn't enough to convince you, then this will. Era and the Lotus are counted amongst the strongest characters. They fear the potential of Caliban. Look what they can do to each other.
I am not Nata. I am the Lotus.
It's worth noting that the sentients, so Nata, Hanhao, Era, and technically Ballas, all feared the potential of the warframes. All of them have assisted in conquering empires, or almost conquering empires, with Narmer in particular having a stranglehold over the entire solar system for such a prolonged period of time. The part that people forget most was Caliban never had a pilot. Caliban was made after the Old War. Caliban was made as a response to the Tenno piloting warframes. The Caliban we have now is stronger than ever. You can pilot Caliban, so hacks-wise, they're much more potent. There's a prime version of Caliban, so physically he's far stronger. And then you factor in the Archon shards. The Archon shards, like with any other warframe, boost their power immensely, although we don't have a specified number of the multiplier. That being said, you can factor all these things into the analysis for Caliban, and in the end, you'll be shown that Caliban is in fact one of the most powerful warframes we've ever received. And I hope with this video, you guys agree with me on that. I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, or wonderful nighttime. And I'll see y'all later.